Hi, Danielle. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's nice to see you.
Lovely to see you too.
I feel like we've known each other for ages, but never had a good chance for a proper chat. So I've been looking forward to this and hearing
Yeah.
all about your role at Alton because you must have just about completed your first season there.
Yes. So I started the middle of February, around February half term. And then, yeah, we've just finished with our big fireworks spectacular. So going into Christmas now, but done my first season, not quite my first year yet.
And what's your role? Tell us more about what you're responsible for at Alton.
So my job title is content creator and social media editor, which is a very long and fancy title. Basically, to say I look after the social media channels. So I look after content creation, copywriting, community management, basically the entirety of the social output on all of the Alton Towers channels. So Facebook, I hate calling it X, so I'll call it Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and very recently Blue Sky as well. We've just joined there.
Oh, wow. And that's growing hugely, isn't it? I feel like we can't avoid it anymore. So is that a channel you're going to hopefully build up, is it?
Yeah, we're working on it at the moment. We're working with our internal teams to get our verification status on there and get the domain hosted. So once we've got that, we'll really plug into it because, like you say, it's a
Yeah.
very growing channel. So.
And you must have been in attractions and experiences for what, 6, 7 years now? Have you always been in the content marketing side of things?
Kind of. So my role when I graduated was with Super Break. If you remember
Oh,
them
yeah.
back in the day,
Yeah.
the tour operator. They also owned late rooms, but my role was more specifically for Super Break. And I created content for the holiday brochures and
Yeah.
some like CRM work as well, but primarily holiday brochures, direct mails, that kind of thing. They did overseas, they chartered planes, so I got to brand up the side of a plane, which was
Wow.
mega cool. Um, but then we also did things like UK rail trips and theatre trips like West End, but then also attractions. So I started off there for about a year, I think I was there for, but knew I wanted to get to attractions. Then moved over to Drayton Manor for, I think it was about 5.5 years that I spent there in
Yeah.
a variety of different roles. Started as like a more generic 360 role for marketing, so responsible for every single corner of marketing that you can think of within our team. Um, but then started to more specifically focus on digital marketing, and then a little bit
Mm.
later on more social media content. Um, and then yeah, moved over to Alton at the start of this year. But attractions is just such a fun. It's a bit of a whirlwind, but lie. It's a bit of a. It's very fast paced, but yeah,
And
creative
on that
content.
whirlwind, let me ask you a question about kind of keeping on top of everything. If you had an extra day in the week that nobody else had, what would you do with it?
Ooh. I think for me specifically, the most important thing about creative content is having that really good bank of images, video, B-roll, um, key like tone of voice documents, copyright, that kind of thing. So we've got a very good system for that here at Alton, but I would probably just spend a bit of time organizing my phone because my phone tends to get a little bit manic with videos all over the place. So organizing my phone, transferring all over there. It's one of them things that I always say I'm going to do, and then I just
Yeah.
never get around.
Do you know what? That's such a good one. And I heard someone speaking at an event recently on video who said delete and organize your photos and videos at the time you take them because you will never go back and do that and use them properly. And I I totally agree. I can totally see his point, but actually getting into the habit of doing that in the moment, it's
Yeah,
so difficult, isn't it? And
yeah,
you always think
it's
you'll find time for it another day and you don't.
yeah.
Um, and on the note of kind of being organized and having extra time, what's the one thing that would really make your job easier? What do you always think? If I just had this, it would be a dream.
That's a hard one because when I very first started here at Alton, I really made a case for having a really great media kit in
Yeah.
terms of some great cameras, tripods, microphones, that kind of thing. And ever since we got the little wireless microphones, it's just really like stepped up our content like to the next
I
level.
bet.
We can pops, we can do employee generated content, all sorts of really cool stuff. So that's really helped. But maybe just with social media, you always just need more people. More
Yeah,
people on the
yeah,
ground. We try and get our staff, our colleagues to film, take pictures, UGC as much as we can. But social
I
media is
can
just
well
such a big
imagine. Yeah, and I guess a secret cupboard full of customers ready to help you create content would be amazing, wouldn't it? If you could just wheel out 20 or 30 customers at the push of a button who would help you with content and talk about their experiences and that kind of thing.
Well, we're very lucky, Olive. We do have a big bank of that, and one of the systems that we use does pull through a lot of UGC for us very, very easily. But
Amazing.
yeah, just more
Just more
people
of it.
to talk to. Yeah.
And in terms of your job day to day, I imagine you're out and about a lot creating content. How and where do you work at your best? When are you most creative?
I think when you're in a room full of loads of different people that
Yeah.
have loads of different perspectives on stuff. So within our team, we've really lucky to have experts in e-com, commercial,
Mm,
brand, product, PR, like all across the board. We've got experts in different fields. So when we all get in one big room together and we're bouncing ideas off each other, that's really great. Like you say, my role is very varied. So I spend a lot of time in the park, in the hotels, in the water park, but also a lot of desk time to organise, edit, and that kind of thing.
yeah.
But yeah, bouncing ideas
And
off other people can't beat it.
it sounds like that FaceTime with the wider teams is the norm for Alton Towers, but I think that's a real luxury in a lot of organisations, isn't it? And quite often you get even different parts of marketing and PR and content teams working in real silos, and then you end up with this really kind of disjointed approach, and you end up not capitalizing on ideas and opportunities. And like you say, sometimes the best ideas come from someone who wouldn't class themselves as creative, just because you've had the opportunity to get together in a room. So I can well see the huge advantage of having that FaceTime.
Yeah, massively.
And we're coming towards Christmas. What happens at Alton at Christmas? What are the festivities like at Alton Towers?
So it's so pretty. We've just been decorating this week. Actually, Tower Street is like littered with Christmas trees, baubles, lights. Like it's so pretty. But in terms of the product, we have three kind of key elements to it. So we have Magical Days Out, which is like a day ticket element where you can come to the park, going to see BB's Land, ride all the attractions there, see all of the shows, the entertainment. We've got Bluey and the Healer family for the very
Yeah.
first year, their first Christmas here at Alton Towers as well. And then we have Mutiny Bay and the attractions in there. New for this year, we also have the Reindeer Games, which is, if anyone
Mm.
came to Pirate Takeover, very similar in terms of like a little bit of a scavenger hunt with different games that you can play at different points. You'll meet different characters. And then we also have a brand new show in the courtyard, which features Santa for the very first time. So
Oh,
any day guests can come and see Santa in that show. We also then have Santa Sleepover, which is our short breaks offering. For that, very similarly, you get access to the park and everything that we mentioned
mm,
previously for Magical Days Out, but then you also get access to the pantomime within the hotel. So this year
yeah.
it is in the Beanstalk, I believe. So you get to watch that within the evening, and you also then get to go and meet Santa in his grotto as well. And then we have a third, which is Festive Breaks, which is after Christmas. Santa takes his hard he takes his well-earned break. So he is at the resort, but you can still experience everything else that we have to offer.
I love how much your face lights up like a child when you talk about all of the different experiences on offer. And I think
Yeah.
clearly that's why you're good at what you do, is because you are so invested in the experiences that you're delivering. It's really nice to see. Um, and also on the note of getting towards the end of the year, tell me something that's been on your to-do list for way too long that you would really like to tick off before Christmas.
Um, there's a lot of different planning and strategy that we're going through at the moment. So one of my main tasks that I'd like to complete before Christmas is finishing our 2025 social media strategy
Yeah.
and working through that this morning. Actually, I've been working through that. So got that. And I do just want to organise everything. Like we've got our
Yeah.
brand new shiny sparkly media kit. I want to label it, put it in a nice little cupboard, get it all organised, and go through the phone like I've mentioned. So a few little bits there.
I'm spotting a theme, a decluttering, super organized theme.
Exactly.
Um,
It's like spring cleaning, but for winter.
Absolutely, yeah, the Christmas spring clean. Um, Tell me about your morning routine, Danielle, because based on how organized it sounds like you are, I bet your day is quite structured. Tell me about it and tell me if you're a morning person.
Oh, no, I'm really not. I'm really, really not. Most people's morning routine is centered around like coffee. But I actually don't like coffee, but I'm a massive, massive tea fan. So I
You
have
are
a
same as me.
really,
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
a
never without a cup of
no,
Yorkshire tea.
honestly, Yorkshire's the best as well. I have a tea subscription with Bird and Blend. If you ever heard of
Oh, do
those, I
you?
as much as I can because they're so great. So my morning normally, I do rush about a little bit in the morning, not gonna lie, getting ready and stuff. My commuting's only like 20 minutes, so I get here fairly quick. And then turn everything on, straight to the kitchen, get my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I have a standard like whatever herbal kind of tea in the morning, and then go into matcha a little bit later. But it just revolves around tea, genuinely.
I mean, it's simple, straightforward. I'm the same as you. I'm straight into full calf first thing before I do anything else, and then
Yeah.
decaf downward slide for the rest of the day.
Yeah. And then I just spend a bit of time looking at social stats and community management and stuff in the morning and get into to editing content, creating content, scheduling and that kind of thing for the rest of the day and any planning that I need to do as well.
Do you find it difficult to switch off, Danielle? Because social media and kind of creative content creation is all encompassing, isn't it? You're always thinking of new ideas. Do you find yourself coming up with ideas just as you're falling asleep, for example?
Yeah, like I will sit at my desk and be like, right, I'm going to come up with all the ideas and the concepts for the next 2 weeks. Amazing, let's do it. And then I look at an empty page and I'm like, okay. But then I'll
Yeah,
be in the shower or I'll be, like you say, falling asleep,
yeah,
making dinner. And I'm like, oh my God, I can do this and this and this and this. And I have
yeah,
to like put it down in my notes. What I really do try and do is separate. I have my work phone and my personal phone
yeah,
because like social media is it's always there, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Um, I probably am a bit chronically online, as they say, but I try and separate the two where I can.
Yeah, not easy, is it? And just finally, Danielle, what are you looking forward to at Alton Towers for next year? What's coming up that you're excited about?
I am a massive Halloween fan, so this
Oh,
year, Scarefest was like taken to a whole new level. We had a new family attraction, a new thrill attraction, and then the shows was just like next level. We had two new mascot characters as part of Freaky Friends as well. We had the new theme element of the hearse, and I was just it's the best. So I'm really looking forward to how we continue to grow that event next year. But then we also have the new ride for 2025 as well. So really looking forward to getting stuck into that one. It will be part of Forbidden Valley, so continuing on that
oh.
stuff. Very exciting.
I mean, so much going on, and like I said before, it's I love seeing how animated you are about everything coming up, and I'm sure lots of people who don't already know you will be keen to connect and follow that journey. Danielle, I've absolutely loved talking to you this morning. Like I said, I think it was long overdue, and hopefully we
Yeah,
can do it again soon, and hopefully we'll get to see each other in person at one of the many trade events through next year as well.
that we will. That'd be great.
Thanks, Danielle. I'll see you soon.
See you in a bit.